Hi friends, Dean here with Escaping Gaming. Today is a pickups video showing some old retro games and a couple new ones I've been really excited about showing. I'll get right to it. I picked up, finally, I had it for the PlayStation 2. I got Myst 3 Exile. This was like almost a religious experience when it came out on the PS2 at the time, and this version looks even better from the PlayStation 2 comparison shots that I've seen. It's a fantastic game, really worth playing. Even today it holds up fairly well. It's got Brad Dourif and some other really great action, some scenes that are filmed in it with live action actors in it, as well as some static shots and kind of a point and click adventure game, which is really just in-depth and involving, really well thought out puzzles. It'll really have you scratching your head, but I love this. I'm real happy to add this to my collection. And then I also picked up, finally, I've been looking for this for the longest time. I found a copy, but it was missing the booklet. I finally got Republic Commando in mint condition. All these games I'm going to show are complete with a booklet and a flawless disc with no scratches. I'm really excited about this one. This is really exciting. It even has, I think, a registration card still with it in their perfect little booklet, so I'm really happy with this. This is a game I've been trying to find locally for a while. And I think I paid like $30 for it. It was kind of expensive, but to me it's well worth it. Destroy All Humans 2. I finally found this. I love the original one on the original Xbox, which is one of my favorite Xbox games. And I'm so thrilled to find this one. Apparently there's another one that's out. I think it's for either the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360, which I'm going to be researching as well. I wasn't even familiar with this. But this looks really fun. I can't wait to dive into this. Driver 3, finally, I found it locally for like $10 too. This typically goes for big bucks. I've seen this going for $30 and up, even at my Dimple store. I just happened to get it really cheap one day, and I found it all complete in a flawless condition. This is one of my favorite games. The story and the controls with moving your little tanner guy around are kind of awkward, especially compared to the Grand Theft Auto games that work so well. But just to go in and do the free roam and take on the police chases, which are really challenging, and all the weapons and the shootouts and escaping and stealing cars and stuff, that's what makes this game. You can even get on boats and take boats from one area to the next. It's a really cool game. It took a lot of kind of lackluster reviews, but still a lot of fun, and it's actually going up in value today. Driver 3. Another one that I had back in the day and loved it, and I also have this on my Xbox 360 downloaded off Xbox Live Arcade, is Crimson Sky's High Road to Revenge. A really cool exclusive for the original Xbox that was a flying game, kind of a stylish, kind of like the Rocketeer, kind of going back, kind of like a Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, kind of a feel to it. But you're with these really kind of what were futuristic planes for that period in time. And you can upgrade them. Really cool environments, really great 3D worlds. It really pushed the original Xbox to the max. It shows how powerful it was to even have a game like this. I'm thrilled to finally have this back in my collection. I just picked these up yesterday. I got this is the Platinum Edition, but I got Max Payne, the first one. This is one of the most iconic games. Now, I had this also off Xbox Live Arcade, which it's good. It's pretty much the same version of this, but I wanted to have it on my original Xbox. This was one of those magical games that I've played twice all the way through on the PlayStation 2 and just was enthralled with the comic book type, kind of characterization, cutscenes. The way the story really progresses in it is fantastic. It's a mesmerizing game and an absolute must-play no matter what platform you get it on. The Xbox looks a little bit better, and it really looks good on the Xbox 360 too. And another one I played on the original PlayStation 2 was Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. I'm a huge Max Payne fan. I love the third one as well, but this one's really cool. You play between the two different characters, which is kind of intriguing, and it's just even better graphics than even the first, and the mechanics were tweaked a little bit better. I still prefer the first one story-wise a little bit better, just made a little bit more sense in the end, but still a great addition to my collection. I'd highly recommend Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2. This I had years before, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I just picked it up again. found a mint copy of this Test Drive Unlimited 2. And I got to thinking about this because I bought, which I'll be showing here, this the brand new Forza Horizon 2 for the Xbox 360, and it kind of reminded me of an open world game that I had had before, and that's Test Drive Unlimited 2, where you can actually take your cars and go off-road, find your own shortcuts, and what have you. So this is a little bit more arcadey, and I have some issues with it. Some of the cutscenes are really cheesy in it, and kind of shallow, I suppose, but I like the licensed Ferraris in it, and the fact that you have not one but 2 islands that you can drive around, including, I think, Oahu in Hawaii, which I'm going to be going there fairly soon, hopefully, if everything goes okay next year. I'm going for my 20th anniversary. So it's kind of neat because you can drive. They actually mapped with a computer satellite mapping. They did the whole island, and it's accurate. I think the other island might be a fictitious island, but still it's a cool game. Really good licensed Ferraris and some good racing in it, as arcadey as it is. Just that it's very sterile. There's like no people on the streets. It's kind of eerie in a way, like a Twilight Zone episode. A friend of mine, Stuart, mentioned on my Facebook thing, he said, Dean, have you seen anything about this game, Deadfall Adventures? And I said, you know, as a matter of fact, I have. And so I picked this up. I saw Elder Geek did a really good YouTube review of this when it first came out. I think it came out for the PC and perhaps the PlayStation 3 as well. I'm not sure, but I wanted to get this. I wasn't sure if it was a downloadable game or if it was on disc, and I saw it at my game store the other day. I said, well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. It was down to like $17. It was fairly cheap. It looks like a great Raiders of the Lost Ark clone. I've heard the characters and story are fairly shallow and not a lot of depth to them, but the graphics visually look really good, and it's kind of like a combination of Alan Wake and Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and a whole bunch of, you know, some Lara Croft stuff kind of thrown in for good measure. It's got some light puzzles in it. It's a really cool FPS game with some interesting mechanics in it that looks good. So it's not a super polished game, but it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm dying to get into this. So thanks, Stuart, for the recommendation for this. Forza Horizon 2, which I just mentioned a minute ago. This game, I can't stop playing it. I've been playing it. The first night, I could barely play it, and then finally the second night, I dove into it and got to play it a little bit, just for an hour or so. And then the last couple nights, I put in, you know, God, like 3 and 4 hours a night. So I think I'm like 3 or maybe 4 wristbands into it now. I've unlocked a whole bunch of cars, my old 69 Dodge Charger. I've got a 69 Camaro SS, my old 70 Camaro SS, which I had in real life. I had 2 69 Chargers in real life as well. I like the muscle cars in it. It's got some great European cars as well. I won this little bowler thing, some kind of a SUV off-road vehicle, which looks pretty interesting. And what else? I won the Charger, and then I bought a couple other cars. I can't remember what else. About the 70 Camaro, and I bought the new 2014 Corvette Stingray, which is my favorite car. I've been winning tons of races with it. It's almost too much power for a lot of the turns. It takes a little finesse to get the hang of it, but I'm having a blast with it and kicking ass and taking names. I'm going to be doing some more gameplay video of this very soon. I kind of took my console and hooked it back up to the couch and the TV where I'm most comfortable. But now that I'm unlocking more cars and upgrading the cars into faster classes, I'm having a lot of fun with this. This game is very addictive. I can't stop playing it. In fact, it's grown on me even more than when I first did my impressions videos of this. So if you have a chance to play this on the Xbox One or the Xbox 360, give it a chance. You'll love it. In fact, it's hard to put this down to show the next one. And the next one, which I just got yesterday, is Alien Isolation. This is a special Nostromo edition where you can play as Ripley, Parker, or I think it's, I can't even see, I can't read very well with my glasses. Let me see what it says. You can play as, you can play as Ellen Ripley, Dallas, or Parker aboard the Nostromo in a special mission called Crew Expendable. So I don't know if it's a full-length story, if it's just a short little chapter, I'm not sure. Plus I have some downloadable survival missions, which are really cool. You're based on it. You have a timer, and you have so much time to get out of the area with the tools and things that you have before the alien gets you. But this, I installed it last night, and I put all my codes in to unlock everything. I was all excited and ready to play it, and my controller was like stone cold dead. I hadn't charged it up in a while because I haven't played my PS4, frankly, I think since Sniper Elite 3. So, frankly, I had to charge it up, and I only had like a 45-minute window to play it anyway, and by then it was too late. So I'm going to be playing this tonight. In fact, today, the day I'm filming this, is Sigourney Weaver's 65th birthday. So I'm excited to have this. This game means so much to me. I saw opening day, the original Alien movie, with Sigourney Weaver when she probably was, 30 years old or whatever she was. She was a lot younger. And I'll never forget that. I mean, people can watch it today on TV and on DVD or even Blu-ray on a big screen. And it's cool and everything, but it just doesn't have the impact as it was back in the opening day when no one knew what the movie was about. I went to go see it because I was impressed with Star Wars, and I had saw in Starlog magazine all the killer model making and the spaceships and the sci-fi action models, and I just thought, oh, this looks like a great science fiction movie. I didn't know it was a horror film per se until I started watching it. About 25% of the theater got up and left. It was that intense. 70mm and Dolby surround sound at the time. No one had seen anything like this, and huge droves of people across the country got up and left the theater because it was just so intense. This game looks equally as intense. I just watched last night. I was pissed because I couldn't play the game, so I watched Giant Bomb, did like an hour and a half of gameplay of it, and actually kind of a ways into it, past all the initial cutscenes and everything. And the game looks insanely intense. I thought I was going to have a heart attack just watching the gameplay of these people, and you could feel the tension that they had in the game. This game gets survival horror and tension right. I don't care what the jaded masses say. I can't wait to see this. You will be seeing an Impressions video of this soon. I'm hoping to play some footage of it tonight and capture some footage. So the next couple days, I'll do an Impressions of this. And again, this is, it's a happy birthday to Sigourney Weaver on her 65th birthday. It brings back so many memories of seeing so many of these iconic films opening day at the theater when they were new. And not a lot of people can say that today. It makes me feel old in a way, but at the same time, it feels like it was just yesterday that I remembered seeing these. And it left an indelible impression on my little head at the time. I still like Aliens Colonial Marines. Now that they've patched it, it actually performs and plays a lot better. So I'm still enthralled with that game as much because I am considered to be a true Alien fan and Aliens fan. And I love all four of the films. I really do, including this new Prometheus, which kind of takes place in the same universe, even though it's somewhat removed. But anyway, that's my pickups videos. I hope you guys have a chance to play some new games or enjoy some old ones. I just wanted to show you what I've got recently. I've been really busy with work. I haven't had time to do a lot of the Impressions videos and reviews that I've wanted to do. And I'm trying to squeeze in gaming when I can. But I will be having my Alien Isolation Impressions up real soon. And a lot of you have already heard that it's an outstanding game. It's had a couple lackluster reviews by the jaded masses, which typically don't have the patience to sit through something like this, and they don't care for the save system and all that. But this game harkens back to a time of real survival horror and a lot of trial and error. And I like the fact that it has kind of a generated alien that changes every time. Every level, every time you redo a level, you don't know where it's going to come from or where it is, which is really exciting and it creates even more tension and fear. So I can't wait to get into this tonight. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your games and enjoy your pickups, old, new, retro classics, or something that you're looking forward to. Thanks for watching, guys.